Okay, bear with me. I don't like putting myself out there, but I'm going to do it because I just listened to a Scared for What Pastor Mike Jr. sermon, and that's been on repeat in my house because fear has stopped me from doing so many things. I don't think my story is something that people want to hear. The motivation that I have, or the affirmations, or the stories, or the devotional words, or my advice, or things like that, I just don't think people want to hear it. So I keep it to myself, or I share it for a little bit, and then somebody will say, oh, stop sending me this, or I don't get a response for it, so I stop. And he basically, Pastor Mike Jr. basically said, if you are not careful, you could let the size of your obstacle make you forget the weight of your calling. Fear is not just an emotion, it's a spiritual strategy used to paralyze your purpose, delay your destiny, and disconnect you from divine confidence. The scripture says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Nothing is impossible to those who believe. So you're supposed to believe, right? But what happens when your fear steps in front of what you believe? Mine, definitely. I'm like, oh, I've always wanted to write a book. I'm tired of Hollywood saying that love is this way. I'm tired of Hollywood saying that marriage doesn't work. I'm tired of Hollywood saying that you have to be toxic with your friends in order to have a good friendship, or you have to be toxic in your relationship in order for it to happen, or drama is the only thing that sells. I've had friends that I've had for over 30 years, and we are all in different locations, but if I call them and ask them that I need you to support me, no issues, female and male. I have male friends that I've had over 30 years, never slept with. So it's an interesting thing that society tells you that these things won't happen. But I am fearful of telling my story because people criticize. But my story is important because there's somebody out there waiting for it to be told. But my fear is stopping me from being a blessing to somebody else. Because I feel like I'm a single parent. I've been doing this by myself. My daughter, my youngest daughter, the other day on Mother's Day was like, I want to be like mommy. I'm going to have a kid. And I don't need a husband. And I was like, whoa, wait, no, I don't. Clearly, I'm doing this way too well by myself for you to think that that's the norm for you to do it by yourself. I didn't tell her that, but unfortunately, that's my life. It hasn't worked out. So when I look at other people starting podcasts and I want to start one, it's like, no, I can't do it because I don't have a partner. Oh, I can't do it because I don't have a support system, or I can't do it. Like, so my fear has stopped me from doing that. So what I did this time is I put myself on a 60-day push. You want to write a book? Figure out how to do it. It's releasing on your grandmother's birthday, which is July 13th. You got to figure it out. And I was like, man, do I want to publish it? Do I want to put it out public, my steps in doing this, or me struggling to learn how to do it? Because then it's going to be like, well, which I posted, I asked some questions in a writing forum. And what I got back was, well, you should hold off on your book. It doesn't seem like you're ready. Or you're asking too many questions. And if you have a publishing company, you should know this stuff before you put it out there. And I'm like, I'm a veteran, and they offered us to get free LLCs, but we had to do it before last year. So I launched 2. Now I need to figure out how to run it. But I'm doing it with using myself as an example. I have a publishing company called Hidden Heroes Publishing, which is where I want eventually to publish stories that are not usually heard. And that's what I want to do. If you're a single mom and you've been sitting on this story for a long time, come and we'll work through it and we'll figure it out and we'll publish it. And this is, if it doesn't go as well as you wanted to go the first time, you've already done it. You took the first step. Once you get your first degree, it's easier for you to think or dream that you can get your second degree. Once you open your first business and you see what you did wrong, or it actually is successful, then you know you can open your next business. So it's what I'm doing. And I'm so confused. Like, I don't know if it's my gift. I don't know if I should talk about the entire step through the things, because I have to share my story. I have to be open. But at the same time, I was the first to go to college. So I had to learn. I learned about financial aid. I had to learn about loans. I had to learn about credit, which I had every credit card known to man and had to declare bankruptcy when I was in the military because things had happened. Nobody had ever taught me how to look at an interest rate or read a contract or do it. I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured out how to manage my money in the military. I figured out how to do it. I figured out how to buy a home with not so great credit, but my income covers me. God has covered me. I didn't know how I was going to go back to school because, it's grad school. You got to figure out how to go. I told God, if you can figure out how to way to finance it, I will go. January of this year, I'm in school. They did a audit on my GI Bill and gave me some extra months that would cover my entire first year of grad school. So, and this is all with no husband, no spouse, no partner. I have a village, but my village is more on the support side because they're not really, business. They do what they do, and they come in when they come in, and they give me what I need when they come in. But somebody that has actually started a publishing company, no. Books, I have people that did books, but self-publishing, actual novels and romantic suspense, what I need, it's not there. Dealing with the fear that I have about launching stuff and the public criticizing my story, and that's not something that, and then I don't tell a lot of people a lot of stuff because, trauma. I've told people stuff and they've used it against me, or they did it themselves, or they basically talked down to me so much where I didn't do it. So will the revolution be publicized? Probably. I am a new author. I learned what an indie author was the other day. I learned what a proofreader and a developmental editor and a character editor. So I am learning how to do this. And by July of this year, I will publish 2 books. Now, they will be interesting because this is my learning, but somebody somewhere, the book is for somebody somewhere. It might not be for a publishing company. It might not be for the masses or a New York Times bestseller or USA bestseller the first time out. But eventually I will get there because I'm going to learn how to perfect it and make it better, because my passion is to tell the story. Everybody's story is important. And most of us have the fear that we don't want to put it out there. It doesn't look right. Like right now, I'm doing this video in my prayer closet. And there's no special effects. I have on no makeup, no lashes, I don't know how to do the video editing and crop it and make it look nice. I don't know how to do any of these things. But I will learn it and I will figure it out because I don't like being afraid. And there is a goal that I have to promote people like me and help them live out their dreams. And hopefully by the end of this year, I will be a master at that passion.